everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Rodgers' Packers going up against Bortles' Jaguars. With that, let's send you upstate to Everbank Field in Jacksonville. We're standing by our two men who will call the action. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we welcome our viewers to Duval County, the northern part of Florida, and the largest city in the Sunshine State, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. Now Davis. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They go again with Davis. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. On the carry, it's Davis. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Knile Davis picked up part of Week 7, coming over from Kansas City for a conditional draft pick. How do you think he figures into the mix here?
Well, I think what happens is he gives them a physical inside presence running the football, which you would normally get from Eddie Lacy and James Starks, but they're both out with injuries. And now Green Bay doesn't have to rely on Ty Montgomery and Randall Cobb, natural receivers, coming back to play running back. In the short term, he can help you in kickoff return. Remember the wild card game against Houston when he was with Kansas City? Brought one all the way back.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. A dump off for Davis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down in distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run with Davis. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
To throw is Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up. Because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun. And they missed an opportunity.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, partner, they might want to tear up their scouting reports a little bit here because they just broke tendency. 3rd down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it, and they ran it really well and picked up a 1st down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. A long drive here, play 12 coming up for the offense. And the wideout in motion. Here's Davis now. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot,
like I
couldn't
said,
connect.
no offense.
Jeff Janis, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And complete right side to Cook. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And they'll go on the ground. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. First carry for Chris Ivory. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Again, they run. Again, it's Ivory. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Ah, yes, that's today's NFL defensive tackle. Not just a space eater anymore. A guy with agility, movement skills, who can rush the passer and make plays in the offensive backfield.
And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on 3rd down. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Here comes this Green Bay Packer offense again. It has so much made of the slow start they've had to the year. Yards per game, points per game, both the lowest in Aaron Rodgers' tenure as a starter, yet they're 4-2.
Yeah, at one point it was a compliment to have people criticizing them because the bar was so high. Now it's something they just want to shake off and start playing to their level and get back to being that Green Bay offense. But as you said, they're 4-2. So if they're 4-2 this way, wait till they figure it out. They've got a chance to really elevate their game.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle.
All right, tell me the truth, partner. Did you run to the waiver wire in your fantasy league to get Ty Montgomery after what you've seen?
I didn't get him, though. I ran, but I was too slow.
Yeah, I know. It's tough, isn't it? Because after what we saw against Chicago, I think everybody wanted to add Ty Montgomery. He ran it. He caught it. His versatility, he's excellent.
Yeah, 9 carries, 60 yards, plus 10 catches for 66 yards. Versatility indeed. And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Niall Davis, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He's going to go for a big play, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. Their dangerous wide receiver, 72 yards. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan, and Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On first down, Rodgers. Flush to his right, and he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. That incompletion gives us a second to talk about the NFC East, which we've discussed the last couple weeks. But, gosh, every team in that division is above 500 right now.
And did anyone really expect Dallas to be 5-1 now?
No.
Even if Tony Romo had been healthy, right? Starting the year, made people skeptical. They're 5-1. Dak Prescott steering that ship. Washington won the division last year. They're still at 4-3, and they beat Philadelphia, who's 4-2. I can't wait for this Dallas-Philadelphia game on Sunday night. That ought to be a good one.
Let's see what they go to here on third down and 6. To throw is Rodgers. And incomplete here on third down. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. Now fourth down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's Ivory, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. They come up in an offset eye. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Gus Bradley's decision to go for it does not work out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Brief break in the action here. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Now a handoff here to his running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down
shit all day,
there. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. They'll get 23 yards there. And it'll be a Green Bay first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
Thank you, dumbass boy.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now Bortles looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And he motions the wide receiver. The play fake to Ivory. Now Bortles. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Throwing his Bortles on third down. Sets up the screen to Robinson. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a play fake here on first down. He finds Hearns left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They go play action here on first down, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They've had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
They'll give it up to Ivory. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Halfback sent in motion. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Chris Ivory that time. And it's 3rd down.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Bortles going to throw. And he's got it to Burns. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
On 2nd down, Ivory. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 3rd down, Yeldon. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. T.J. Yeldon taking it in. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing, Hundley. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And some room to roam now. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Now Hundley. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
319, 26.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery, 40 yards. And the Packers are back within a score. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage.
And now look at him go. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Grant with officially a 103-yard return. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach, his head coach, to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. It's an end around. Cobb. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Anytime your offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Now Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. Going for the deep ball. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And this is beginning to border on dominance. Another strong run that picks up a first down. You've got to wonder if the defense coordinator is wondering, or even go to goal line defense in any situation now to try and slow down this running game.
Throwing is Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's brought down after a good gain. 30 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Green Bay first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Red zone opportunity. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And now a carry here for their fullback. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Rodgers, flushed out right. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete right around the 8. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he's made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
So now 3rd and goal. Will the defense bring some extra pressure here? And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. He's got time. Great protection. And no, it's incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
Let's go.
They'll let their receiver run it out of the Wildcat. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Now some love it, some hate it. Here it is. It's the Wildcat look. Out of the Wildcat, a wide receiver carry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he cuts right sideline and some room to go. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Corey Grant, 88 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Bortles is going to throw for it, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to take another shot here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Wonder what's in the offensive playbook on 3rd and 13. We're about to find out.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it's 4th down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
This is taken at the 15. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Here we go.
Throwing, Hundley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Hundley. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Rodgers surveying the field. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop. And a wildcat formation here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And a gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll come up now in the wildcat package. They'll set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he finds Julius Thomas. And a gain there of 11 yards.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And out now comes...
And finish the game. I see you. Good game, homie.